The Ukrainian military has the Russians on the run, pushing them back to the northeast border in a major counteroffensive. Jeff Paul has more from Kyiv, Ukraine.
Ukraine marking 200 days of war with major victories over the Russian military in the south and east. Moscow withdrawing its forces from the Kharkiv region after being routed by Ukrainian forces in a stunning offensive, with Ukraine taking back more territory in the past 5 days than the Russians captured in the past 5 months.
The Russian army these days is demonstrating the best that it can do, showing its back, and of course, it's a good decision for them to run. There is no place for the occupiers in Ukraine.
Now, towns and cities formerly occupied by the Russians are being turned into crime scenes. Police and other officials investigating reports of war crimes against civilians, including forced evacuations and murders.
It's difficult to live in darkness. I don't want to get used to it.
But Russia appears to be retaliating, hitting civilian targets in Kharkiv overnight, cutting off power and water to Ukraine's second biggest city. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says Moscow is deliberately targeting civilian infrastructure while also floating the idea of a negotiated ceasefire, which the Ukrainians say won't happen until after the Russians are pushed back across the border.
We are not against negotiations, but the longer it takes, the more difficult it is going to be to agree on anything.
Meanwhile, the last reactor at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Europe's largest, has been shut down as officials try to avoid a nuclear disaster. In Kyiv, Jeff Paul, Fox News.